my name is Pankaj Kumar and today I'm going to talk about Web 3. Firstly, let's start with the beginning of the internet era, also known as Web 1. Then there's Web 2 that we all see and love today, the user-generated web, the era of social media. Now people are talking about Web 3 and that is supposed to be the next biggest evolution leap towards the internet. Before going to Web 3, let's deep dive into Web 1 and Web 2. During the period of 1990s to 2000, when the internet was mostly just static web pages, it was considered read-only website, as they only had text and images. Web developers used to publish their content online and users passively receive information. There was no way to create videos, give feedback and to make some comments and reactions. There was no sign up and login methods. Then there's Web 2, an interactive, socially connected and user-generated content era. Web 2 is much more interactive as users can consume content, but now they can also create, upload, share their own content, which can be viewed by millions of people around the world. Web 2 was characterized by companies like Facebook creating more interactive and dynamic web services, where users can view and create their own content. However, tech companies began to collect, own and monetize users' data for marketing and monitoring user behavior purpose. So the biggest question is, why Web 3? So there are multiple problems and multiple reasons of why we are moving towards Web 3. One of the problems is there is no room for the competition. There are few big companies who control the internet. All the traffic goes to big giants like Google, YouTube, Facebook and more. They have the most money, all the data, they have the best talent to create the best algorithms, they have the most computing power. This means that the data of billions of users across the world was centralized and dependent on the handful of tech giants. So how we are supposed to compete in an economy where few big companies drive the whole data and social ecosystem? Few of the big problems are lack of privacy, shrinking ecosystem, winner take all economy, and it is responsible for all income equality. Most of the profit created by creator goes into big companies. The next problem is data ownership. You don't own your own data. Companies are getting all the profit out of your data. Next problem is controlled ecosystem and demonetization. Companies that pay creators to release their content on their website like YouTube and Twitch have the power to deplatform or demonetize creators, essentially removing their ability to create content and attract online audience. Next biggest problem is security. So Web 3 solved most of the problems that were there on Web 2. Web 3 is the most recent phase of the internet that take the best element of Web 1 like transparency and open protocol, and Web 2 ability to read and write dynamic content and combine them together. Web 3 is the upcoming third generation of the internet where websites and apps will be able to process information in a smart human-like way through technologies like machine learning, big data, decentralized technology, etc. Web 3 was originally called as Semantic Web by the World Wide Web innovator Tim Berners-Lee and was aimed at being a more autonomous, intelligent and open internet. Let's take an example. If you are a music enthusiast, then switching from Spotify to Apple Music or vice versa, it would be a pain because you would have to remake all of your playlist, listening histories and more. Data within application is centralized and siloed, built with the purpose of locking users in. Web 3 will not have this problem because it is much more interportable, meaning that a user you can switch between different applications with ease. This is driven by the decentralized nature of storing, exchanging and programming property rights of things like currency, assets and identity. So this was a sneak peek into Web 1, Web 2 and Web 3. A more detailed, entertaining and technical video will soon be uploaded. If you liked my content, then I'll really feel appreciated if you subscribe to my channel.